Hello, hello, beautiful people. How y'all doing today? Now, y'all know I like to ask how you doing every single time I come on live. One of the biggest reasons why is because I want you guys to be fully aware of how you are doing, where you are at mentally. Oftentimes, it's going to steer you in the right or wrong direction. So, how you feeling today? That's not a question that I ask for you to answer me, but feel free. Go into my my feed. Let me know how you're feeling. Are you feeling great? Are you feeling defeated? Are you feeling magnificent? Are you feeling down, tired, busted, and disgusted? Let me know how you guys are feeling. Talk back to me. I am your girl, Fifa Daniels. Please let me know that you are here. Click the like button, give me some love, show me some hearts, show me some emojis to let me know that you are here, and let me know where you're from. So I know you guys read the description. um do you guys set boundaries when you are working with or for your family? I know that it is very difficult when you're working, with your family. Actually, in the beginning, you think those are going to be your biggest supporters. I said you think. It's not necessarily how it's going to work. Now, you do find some special cases where you have a family full of awesome people who ride or die for their family. They're your biggest supporters. They tell everybody about you. They're going to pay you. They're going to sit in your chair. They're going to come to your business. They're going to support you. They're going to go hard for you. And they're going to let everybody else know to go hard for you. But that's a few and far in between type of situation that we tend to have when working with or for family. Now, being in the hairstyling industry, when I say working with, I mean for, because anyone that sits in my chair now employs me and I work for them. I may be an entrepreneur, but I have hundreds, tons of bosses. Anyone that sits in my chair and they expect a service from me, they become my boss at that moment. They're going to want what they want, and I'm going to want what I want. So, in exchange for my service, I'm going to want to get paid, right? But oftentimes, people that are your family members don't have boundaries. They don't know that, or they do know, but they don't respect the fact that you need to get paid. Oftentimes, your family members are going to be the ones that's going to ask for a discount. Oftentimes, your family members are going to be the ones that show you no courtesy at all, but they're going to expect you to show them gratitude for you sitting in there, or for them sitting in your chair, for them coming to your restaurant, purchasing a meal from you, for them whatever service you offer. It's too many services to list, but I'm just saying you guys follow me. So with that being said, I wanted to know, do you guys set boundaries with your family? And if you do, how does that look? Because it gets real difficult when you're dealing with family members. But you know, you have to start somewhere. So oftentimes these are the first set of people that we service. Oftentimes, if you have, I'm a always refer to the beauty industry as far as hairstyling, barbering is concerned, because that's the industry that I'm in. Oftentimes, when you start to let your family members know that you're a hairstylist or a barber or a makeup artist or esthetician or whatever, those are the first set of people that sit in your chair. However, those are also the first set of people that want something for nothing. Those are also the same people who will have you work your back to the bone and turn around and say, "Can I pay you during income tax time?" Well, it's income tax time now, Jack. Pay up, cough up. So I would admonish you guys to know your importance, know your worth. Um, when you're building a relationship in your business, just know your worth and set the boundary immediately when you're dealing with friends and family. So I got to backtrack and not just say family, because friends do the same thing. Whenever you're dealing with friends and family, set boundaries right away. And what do I mean by setting boundaries? I mean, have a price point. If you charge a certain price, make sure you have that listed. Make sure they know exactly what you're charging. If you have a special price that you're going to give your family member, then you tell them they special price and you let them know this is your special price. Please don't tell anyone else that price, because 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, I'm not charging anyone else that discounted rate, because your family, I want to get you in, but I also got to get paid for my services. So that's number one. Number two is seek out people who value you. Because family oftentimes love you, but they don't really see the value in you. Let me tell you, being a hairstylist, I had so many of my family members sit in my chair and play me. They would have me, I would have five cousins at one time and an auntie, and they would all work me that day. They would take up my whole entire schedule that day and then look at me like I was crazy when I requested what I requested. So what I decided to do, and this is just me, you don't have to take on that for yourself, but I'm just gonna give you a little advice. What I decided to do was no longer take my family as clients if they could not pay full price, because I felt devalued. I felt used. I would work my entire day on all of my family members, and then at the end of the day, some of them wouldn't even give me a dime. I even had someone tell me, "Girl, now you know you ain't getting paid for all these people who heads you're doing." I'm like, no, I'm not getting paid to do your head, but every single body else that comes and sits in my chair highly respects me. They value me. So make sure you're seeking out people who knows your worth. They value you. They're not looking at you for a quick come up. Hold on. They're not looking at you to get a quick come up. They see your worth. They know your worth. They value you. Now I can tell you, because I'm really good with my hands, I have fired, but they value me so much that they were willing to pay double the price to come back because I have value. And I've always had value. I may have not known that, so I didn't market that. Make sure when you're marketing, you market your value. You let people know I am valuable. My time is valuable. My services are valuable. What you're about to receive is valuable. And just because we're family and friends does not mean you get to come in on the low and get the hookup. So you always seek out people that value you. Also, please, please, please be firm, but kind, but be firm. Another thing that I learned while working in this industry for over 20 years is when your people, your friends, and your family come and sit with you, you need to let them know right away that I am no longer your family member. I am no longer your friend. The moment you sit in my chair, the moment you enter my establishment, the moment I start to do business with you in any manner, this is what that is. So be firm, but be kind. It doesn't don't hurt to be kind. Actually, being kind is free. Being nice, being friendly and courteous is free. But being somebody fool is gonna cost you a pretty penny. So be firm, but be kind. What do I mean by be firm? Your price is your price. If that price is too high for your family and friends, and you're not willing to budge, then refer them out. But don't be mean. Don't be nasty, because then you mess up a relationship. One of the reasons why I stopped servicing my family is because it started to tamper with our relationship. Maybe not on their end. They still loved me. They still thought it was all good with me, but I really was secretly like, us. On the low, I was thinking like, girl, don't play with me. So I had to actually come to terms with my value, and that in order for me to keep the love flowing with my family, I just cut them off. And if they wanted their hair done, then they would have to pay full price. And now they have no problem with that. But I'm 20 some years in the game. So yeah, I get what I want because I'm firm. I'm kind. I respect myself. I have value and I know mine. I know my worth. So always be kind and courteous, even if you have to turn someone down. Please be firm. Don't let nobody get over on you just because they're your family member. It's easy for your family members to say, can I pay you in? Let me tell you, we all got electric bills, gas bills, car insurances, and all of that. Okay. Do they respect us, or how much grace will they give us if we have to keep on asking for a later date to pay? So that's a part of understanding and knowing your worth and value. People cannot pay you late. especially and I'm talking to everyone, but I'm specific with the beauty industry because we're service workers. We sit on our feet for a very long time, and oftentimes people will let you stand on your feet for hours and turn around and say, I only have, or can I pay you when? See, if you let people get away with that type of behavior, that disrespectful type of behavior, once, they're going to do it 3 times. So you got to cut them off at the neck. Be firm, but also be kind. Have your expectations and keep it real. You know, let them know that you love them, but also let them know that you could be taking someone else that's going to pay you what you're worth. And often, I say often a lot because we're dealing with the often type of people. Your family members are oftentimes going to be a certain way with you that they're not going to be with everyone else, right? So you're going to keep realistic expectations. And if you don't keep realistic expectations, then you're going to find yourself drowning with your family, giving in and attending family event. I done wrote all this stuff down, but I'm gonna come back to you. Always, 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 bosses. This is another level of bossing up. Always be willing to walk away. I don't know if you heard me. Always be willing to walk away. Why do you say that, Thiva? Because if you're not willing to walk away, then you'll stand for anything. See, one time, this was a long time ago, but I was doing my cousin hair and some other people. And I didn't ask, I told them how much I was charging up front. When I got done, they looked at me and I laid their hair out. Of course, I'm fever, so I slayed. Okay. When I got done with their hair, they looked at me and was like, "Oh, I'll give it to you next time." But see, this was back when I was busting it. This was back when I had to catch the bus to your house. I didn't have salons. I wasn't popping like I was popping, but I was popping and I was kitchening. I was a kitchen stylist. But whether I was a kitchen stylist or a brick and mortar stylist, my services was my services. And I was bomb, I was fire, and I was good enough for you to want me in your head. So I should have been good enough to be paid. So you got to make sure you are willing to walk away from people that do not respect you in relations to business. For people that will call you, use your services, and then say after the fact, I'll pay you when. This ain't an I'll pay you when type of deal. You have to keep that in mind because if you don't keep that in mind, then you're gonna get fooled. You're gonna get played a lot. You know, you'll get played a lot. And family would and friends would have you calling your grandmama on them like I used to do. I would call my granny like Granny, but that's because I can tell you now I'm 40 years old. I can say Granny now. That's because I haven't done my family member her in 15, almost 20 years because they was playing with me. Be direct, of course. Say what you mean what you say. Don't drop no hints. Don't be passive. If you want $150 for something, if you want $400 for something, if you are a web designer, website designer, and you want $900 for your web design, say, I want $900 for my web design. Get a PayPal account, send them a bill, an invoice, get a Square account, send them an invoice, expect to be paid. If they don't pay, now you can have something like pay half and up front, and then the other half when your services are rendered. But if they don't pay you right away, then there's nothing they can do, and that just lets them know that they can devalue you, and you'll just take it. So be willing to walk away, and always be direct. Whatever your price is, your price is. Say it. Don't hold back. Let anyone and everyone know who you are, what you stand for, and what you are not willing to do, because that's when people are going to show you a different level of respect. Now, who are these people I'm talking about? Who are the family members and friends I'm talking about? I'm talking about best friends. I'm talking about sisters. I'm talking about aunts. I'm talking about parents. Now, you may have some leniency when it comes down to certain individuals, and that's quite all right. That's up to your leisure, as at your leisure. However, you still need to set boundaries of some sort with everyone. Okay. um Because if you don't, you'll get played. And the number one goal is to take care of yourself. What do I mean by that? Getting paid, that's taking care of you. After you done worked so long, after you done served your family and friends, after you have served anybody, you expect to get paid, right? Because getting paid takes care of who? You, right? So make sure you are out there taking care of you. And that is the number one goal. And learn to be assertive. What do I mean by assertive? Um, Being assertive is basically being firm. Being assertive is basically, or not even basically, being an assertive person says that I'm saying this and I mean what I'm saying. Friends, after you hold on. You expect to get. Now can you do my hair? They pay for. Okay, so I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just not getting to y'all comments. Hey, Miss Klein, Ripster says they pay full price to everyone else, but when it comes to you, they want to play. And when it comes to you, they want to play. Let me tell you why they want to play. Because 9 times out of 10, you're not being direct. 9 times out of 10, you're not being assertive. You're dropping hints and not telling them what it is. What it is what it is. At this point, anyone that wants to do business with me, so if they want a service from me in the hairstyling industry, or if you want to get an LLC or articles of organization built, if you want some flyers or business cards, if you want to become a beauty boss, if you want to become a beauty boss, click the link in the bio, and not even necessarily just in the bio, but click the link above and just book a strategy call with me and we can get it popping. But regardless to that, you see how I did that? If you want anything to do with me on any level, I have booking sites all the way around. If you want to sit in my chair, I have a style seat just for you. If you want to get a wig, a 27 piece, flat iron, or whatever it is, I have my booking site. Now, I'm going to tell you something about my booking site. That booking site, as far as hairstyles are concerned, I'm pretty pricey. Why am I pretty pricey? Because I know my worth. I have worked in this industry for over 20 years. I am very good at what I do. I use nothing but the best products and the best tools. You're going to get treated very well while I'm servicing you. I'm going to make you number one. No one will come before you while you're in my chair. You're going to be number one. So when you sit down and get a service from me that is double the price that everyone else is paying, that's because I know my worth. So I admonish you guys to learn your worth. What is your worth? Do you know it? Are you interested in learning what you are worth? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get tongue tied, but are you interested in learning what your worth is? Because at some point, especially when you're in business, I don't care what business you're in. I always refer back to the beauty industry because I am a beauty boss, but because of the fact that I know my worth, I wouldn't care what playing field I was in. I'm going to be direct. I'm going to be assertive. I'm not going to waste my time nor yours. You ask me what my price is, I'm going to tell you right away. There's no way I'm going to let you sit like a infomercial and go through this whole spiel, this whole process where it feels like I'm trying to work you up to a good sale and then tell you this price that is like crazy and have you walking away like, dang, I almost had her. No, I'm going to let you know what it is right away. So if somebody is playing with your time, if someone is playing with you 9 times out of 10, it's because you're not assertive. So get some assertion underneath your belt. Your family members and friends can't do nothing but respect you for that. Now, of course, they're going to talk about you. But once they get done talking about you, they're going to make an educated decision as to whether they want to use your services or not. Okay. And if they want to use your services after you have been direct and very assertive with them and still kind, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to use your service. Now, one of the reasons why I've had so many people still come, okay, let me tell you a little story. So back when I first started, when I got my very first beauty salon, I started doing this quick weave style called a 27 piece. And I was charging, I think, like $50 at the time. And right before I retired, I started charging, I was like $125 or something like that. Well, even though I'm not retired anymore, I only do a few styles. My 27 piece from where I started has quadrupled or something more over that. So I charge over $200 for something I used to charge or used to charge $50 for. But even though I charge over $200 for that same style that everyone else is charging 125 for, I don't have a shortage of clients. I don't have people that's turning away from me. When I tell them that price, 9 times out of 10, they're going to sit down and let me style their hair. And the reason why is because it's not my marketing skills. It's not it's more than just me understanding my worth. Is that I have mastered a skill. And because I mastered that particular skill, people know that when they want it to be done a certain way, they're going to sit in my chair. I don't care who else know how to do it well. They're not going to give you the same treatment as Miss Fever. They're not going to give you the same knowledge as Miss Fever. Oftentimes when my clients sit in my chair, they get a whole workup. I work on people from the inside out. So I'm not just working on your hair. I'm working on you on the inside outwardly. So I have a value is what I'm getting to. People value me. And that's because I have made myself a master at a skill most are still trying to learn how to do. So I said all of that to say, learn a skill, master that skill, market that skill. And when people, whether they your family or friends or anyone else wants to use your services, be kind to them. Know your value and worth. Be very assertive, be direct, and get your money. Don't sit around and play with people. The moment you let people play with you, when it comes down to them sitting in your chair, they're going to do it over and over again. And the moment you decide it's time for you to get a raise, they're going to run from you because you never was worth it to them, even if your skills were. So I just came on here to share that with you guys for just a brief moment. I really wasn't going to stay long. I'm glad that you guys talked back to me. One thing that I would say is if you guys are having difficulties in the area of maintaining customers, which is client retention. If you guys are having difficulties knowing your worth, especially entrepreneurs, if you are having a difficult time keeping the flow of your business going, scaling, growing, having your money move for you, having your money make money for you, if you're having a difficult time doing business in the relations to entrepreneurship, click the link and book a strategy session with me so that we can go ahead and get you started, because it's time, especially for people that are entrepreneurs, to get to the next level. And the way you get to the next level is you got to do something different. I was trying to think of something clever to say, but it just didn't come. You got to do something different. I heard a young lady say yesterday, it struck a chord with me. It tripped me out because I had said this a few times in my life. I said, I wanted someone to do something for me. I remember saying, oh, if somebody would just give me a car, because I didn't have a car at the time. If somebody would just give me a new flat iron, because at the time my flat iron went out. These are different times though. If somebody would just give me this or give me that, man, life would be so much better for me. And lo and behold, I really didn't have many people giving me much of anything because I had unrealistic expectations. Whatever it is that you want, if you want it to be great for you right away, you got to pay for what you want. And a lot of times people are not willing to pay for what they want because they so eager to get it for free from someone else who has paid for what they want. Hey, Shanika. People are eager to use you for what you had to go through and learn this or that. They're going to use your services. They're going to pick your brain. They're going to sit next to you. A person would do this. Have you ever seen somebody do this? Okay, so now what was you saying? Have you ever had somebody are you an expert in your field and you had someone sit next to you and say, okay, now what was you saying? That's a problem. It's a good thing that they value you enough to know that you are the person to come to when you have to learn or know a certain something. But it's a problem because you had to pay for what you have. Now it's time for them to do the same thing. And why do I say pay? I say pay because there's no levels being skipped. You get A through Z, 1 to 10, when you pay for what you want. However, when you sit next to somebody like this, I'm giving you what I have right there, right then on my mind. I'm not walking you through A through Z, 1 to 10. I give you what I have on my mind. And I may give you as much as I possibly have at that moment because I'm a giver and that's just what I do, especially to family and friends. However, what I learned is even when I give you that, there are things for A that you're going to have to understand before you can get to B. Once you get to B, there are bullet points. A has 1, 2, 3 different things you have to do. B has 1, 2, 3, 4. You see what I'm saying? On down that line. So it's not literally cut dry like that. No one can tell you A through Z and it just be flatline like that. Every single section or sector is going to have its specifics that you need to do. And if you're only willing to sit next to somebody and gather free information, then you're only going to get a little bit of the fold. Now, when you're willing to pay for what you want, then you value yourself enough to know that, or not even to know, but you value yourself to put into yourself. And once you get that knowledge, it never goes anywhere. That belongs to you. Now it's at your leisure if you want to go give it away or charge somebody else for it. Now, back in the day, it was a song called The Game is to be sold, not to be told. When I was a babe, I had no understanding what that meant. But when that girl said that yesterday, it struck a chord with me. She said, "Oh, can you just do this for me? Can you just give me that?" And I'm all like, "Sis, you finna miss out on a whole lot because what she or I or anybody gonna give you is not gonna be enough. You're gonna need so much more. I can do it for you, but why when you can have it yourself?" So again, this is your girl, Fever Daniels. Give me some likes, give me some love, give me some emojis. Let me know that you guys are here. Let me know where you guys are from. But I want to run it down to you one more time before I click off this live because I came on here with purpose. I want you guys to click the link. And if you guys want to book a strategy session with me, please click that link so that we can get you guys up and rolling. Entrepreneurship may not be the easiest thing, but it's definitely workable. It's not the hardest thing. It's something that you really have to be willing to do the leg work behind. You have to be willing to put some extra time in and grind it out. Just because you have a little money don't make you a boss. Just because you can twist your wrist or serve somebody don't make you a boss. You have to know the ins and out of this of the industry that you're in order to really be a boss. And so I'm going to give you 9 quick points. Understand that your needs are important. I don't care who come and sit in your chair or into your restaurant or use your service. You got to understand that your needs are important. And what are your main needs? Your need is to get paid. I need to get paid for the services that I render. If I don't get paid, then how can I keep flowing? So you need to understand your importance. Seek out people who value you. When a person or people do not value you, they're going to use you. They're going to suck you dry like a leech attaching itself to your body. They're going to take as much as they can from you, and they're going to leave you high and dry. And when they're done with you, they're going to toss you to the side. And you know what? They're going to think of you every time they want something for free. So know your value. Be firm, but be kind. Say no without getting an attitude. Say no without snapping off or popping off or with all that extra. Let people know. No, I'm not going to be able to do that. I would love to. However, I've gave all my pro bonos out. I'm not offering anything else for free. The only special I have is these hands. If you want a style from me, that's the special thing right there. I'm not giving any specials out. I don't Popeyes and Subway. Nobody has deals right now. So why do you? Keep a realistic expectation. Make sure that you understand what it is that you're offering, and make sure that you give it too. Don't be out here playing people, because they're gonna do the same thing. And be willing to walk away. Be willing to walk away from anything that is a bum deal. If you say what your price is and the person decides that they're not willing to pay your price, that's okay. Don't be bent up out of shape about it. My motto is, one won't do, 10 will. If I tell you a price and it bothers you, I got thousands of people that's ready to hear this price, and I know 10 more is gonna pick up and say yes. So be willing to walk away. Keep in mind that you are in charge of what you do. No one else controls you. If you're standing behind a chair, if you're in the beauty industry or whatever industry that you're in, keep in mind that you are the controller, you are the ruler, you are the president of whatever it is you do. So do it with greatness. Do it with greatness. And also be extremely direct. Don't leave nobody guessing. Don't be a human infomercial. If your price is your price, say it. Don't drop any hints. Don't drag people along for a long time and have them guessing what you're really saying. No, be direct and say what it is. Seek to take care of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, there's nothing you can do for other people. So take care of yourself. And like I said before, how do you take care of yourself? You get paid for your services. That's how we take care of ourselves. And learn to be assertive. Do not let people get over on you. Don't let nobody pump fear into your veins or your blood, or make your blood boil, or make you feel some kind of way. If somebody come into your establishment and make you feel some kind of way, I don't care how much money they talking about spending, be willing to walk away. I love you guys so very much. I'm so thrilled that you guys came on here tonight to talk to me. I would love to do this with you guys again. If you guys are looking to get into the industry, and I am launching right now my master's class. So I want you guys to get ready for the master's class. It's coming in April. You guys get ready. It's going to be packed with information. At that class, you better come with this, because not only will you get A, B, and C, but you're going to get 1, 2, and 3, and you're going to have some things to walk away with. So if you guys are actually in the beauty industry and you guys are looking to get on to a whole nother page, a whole nother level, if you guys want to be a 6-figure earner, I made my first 6 figures when I was 23 years old. I had been in the industry. I had been doing hair for a very long time. I got my first salon when I was 22. By the time I was 23, I had banked my first 6 figures, and I had 5-figure months, constantly. But I worked my tail off. I worked hard. I hurt my body, and I don't want you guys to have to go through that. One thing that I have learned about being in this business is how to understand the business behind the industry. Just because you're a hairstylist, a barber, a makeup artist, or in this particular industry doesn't mean you understand business. It's one thing to know how to twist your wrist. It's another thing to know how to balance your books. If you don't know how to balance your books, get with me. I am Thiva Daniels. I love you guys. Click the link if you want to book a strategy call with me, and let's get it. I'll be talking with you guys soon. Bye.